Hello everybody, Dokkan Assets here, back with another 3 wait, it's 4 a.m. Oh my gosh, Dokkan Battle video. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? We are chilling out here tonight. We have just received the latest Dokkan Battle data download. Lots of crazy information coming in from tonight's shenanigans. And let me tell you, bro, we have a lot to go over. And not just that, we also have some crazy information to go over that came with this data download, simply in terms of information, basically, because we don't have too much concrete info on it just yet, but we are going to find out about it a little bit more as things progress here. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the meat and potatoes of everything before I keep giving you a little teaser, and then the teaser becomes the full main course. Let's of course go over the assets before anything. New cards were added to the game. If you guys did not see, of course, we got this brand new Goten and Trunks card, as well as their SSR, of course, and a brand new Krillin SSR to go along with them, which is pretty cool, as well as the EZAs of all three of these units. These guys did get their EZA details announced yesterday, so nothing too surprising for them, but very cool with these two units. I will actually show you here. You know what I can do? We can here. How can we do these shenanigans? I forgot to pull up the essay, but we'll pull up Dokkan official here. There we go, and we'll take a look at the goods here. Oh, by the way, this was something else that I wanted to go over, so we'll talk about that in like 2 seconds here. But these guys look absolutely fantastic. I have the audio muted so your ears don't get blown out because they just hurt me. I don't know if you heard that. But these animations look so good. I am really happy what they did with this unit. They're not cool, or they're not cool. I was They're not just cool in the fact that it's awesome that we have a new Goten and Trunks card, but they're awesome in the way of these animations are super stylized to the movie. I really like it. If you guys want to see more of these animations and these specific units, not only did I already do a rainbow showcase on these guys, but I uploaded this essay to the YouTube channel, so obviously you can take a look at it there, and of course in the description below I'll have a link to everything that we took a look at today. But very cool as well that they are bringing back the unit super attack mechanic for these guys. I know a lot of people were thinking that they were kind of long gone with the unit supers, but I'm glad to see that they did not forget them, and they're still doing the mechanic. Very exciting to see. So hopefully they do more of that in the future. And it is pretty cool as well, because if we go over to the homie Goresh here, we take a look at these translations. We did take a look at these translations a little bit more in detail in the actual Rainbow Showcase. So if you want to, see them in action, then see these here. But of course, I'll leave a link to this in the description anyway. But the cool thing is with the unit super attack, it's Goten, Krillin, or Trunks. So very awesome stuff there. I'm not going through the translations here, even though I'll show them on the screen, just because we already have so much to talk about in this news video that this will probably double or triple the amount of time that we take for the news video. So those are the translations for those, and we also have the translations for the different EZA units here on the screen for you as well. Again, I'll leave a link in the description if you want to take a look at this, but I figure in terms of translations, most people have probably seen it by now. Anyhow, moving on. We did, of course, get the brand new Prodigious Warriors category. A very interesting category, if I do say so myself. We can actually take a look at it right here on the DBZ space. Very interesting picks for units. A lot of these make sense, right? Obviously, all of these different Vegeta units make sense. All of these Frieza units make sense. My man is a prodigy. I suppose Piccolo as well as a prodigy fighter for the Namekians, right? Boo is a very interesting choice as well in this category. I don't know if I would have thought of him, but I mean, I guess in terms of Majins, he is a prodigy, so I guess that kind of makes sense. Obviously, Goten was also ridiculously strong when he was born. I suppose Piccolo Daimao was also Of course, pretty powerful in terms of Namekians. Gotenks makes sense because, you know, well, I mean, he's a fusion of Goten and Trunks is also on here because, of course, Trunks was a prodigy as well. But besides that, though, I mean, nothing too crazy. Kami is on here, which is kind of funny, but I guess that makes sense because he's technically, like, the strongest Namekian who's not a fighter. Zamasu also being a prodigy. Broly also being a prodigy. I didn't even really think about Broly, but yeah, I guess he makes sense. Caulifla, of course, with the, I'm sure everybody's favorite thing with all the back tingles. So this category makes sense for the most part. Honestly, the only one that I think was a little bit of the oddball out was Boo. But other than that, though, I think this looks like a pretty good category. And the other cool thing is that apparently now you can run every single Dokkan Fest LR on a category, which is awesome. So you love to see it. You love to see it. Moving on from the category there, though, we did have all of the new sprites get added. Nothing too exciting, but it was for Goten and Trunks, of course, as well as we did get the Krillin essay, which actually, I don't think I've seen this in a video yet, but if you do want to go check out that essay, we did actually use Krillin on our Rainbow Showcase, so he's also in that video. And there are a ton of great assets in this Goten and Trunks one. Obviously, you can see that that is the current thumbnail of this video, but lots of really, really cool stuff from this one. They did this again where they did like more of a slideshow type of deal to make the essay work, which again, applause for making it look really good. This is also a fantastic render right here. And I have to point it out, bro, we have Wave Trunks, Wavunks, Wunks, whatever people are calling them, because I've heard a bunch of names for them. But regardless, though, yeah, very cool stuff. Lots of great renders in here, too. I would love to be able to remake that one where Goten is smiling too, so we'll have to see. But obviously, the medals for all of these characters are added, as well as the EZA for these three. It does look like that they are going to be all on one EZA. You do fight them as the stages go on here, which does make sense. I love the name of this as well, Super Warrior Slam Edition EZA, which is pretty funny. I think that that's the actual name of the event, if I am remembering that correctly, but unit super attack assets were also added, which does make sense because every single time they add a new unit super attack to the game, they do add these. So kind of makes sense there. I did also want to see, do I have a search for it? Here's what we'll do. We'll cheat a little bit. I wanted to show you the full art for this because coming up here, this is the full art for this card, right? And Krillin is in the background of this card. The cool thing is we actually have this Krillin as an individual render from the story assets, which is really awesome. So if you want to use this Krillin for anything as well, we do have the Goten and the Trunks too as separate renders as well, because obviously when you extract them from the actual card art, they are one piece. So very, very cool stuff there. And also this Krillin from the essay, because he is going to appear in whatever section of the story that is going to happen here. But lots of good Goten and Trunks assets here. Lots of cool stuff that you don't see all the time. Some of these are separated pieces, like obviously this is separated from Goten and Trunks. I don't think I've actually ever seen this before. This is a really sick Trunks render. But yeah, definitely some good stuff if you would like to look through it here. But the Krillin was the main thing that I wanted to point out there. If anything, also too, we did have the active skill. I'm always making these where I'm making it where it's literally just the audio of the characters talking if you're interested in hearing that sort of thing. And their OST. All of that is on the YouTube channel right now as well. This was also a very weird decision that they did. Again, this is on the channel right now if you want to go check it out, but they did a promo movie for the ending of the 6th year anniversary, which at first we were like, huh? Kind of was a little bit weird if I do say so myself, but it actually correlated because for the end of the anniversary, we did get 30 stones in game, which was awesome. So very, very cool to see that Dokkan gave us a last little gift in honor of this fantastic anniversary celebration. Very, very excited to see that, if I do say so myself. So that is what this video ended up being for, was basically like the wish being granted on the dragon, and then the wish was the 30 stones. So pretty cool, if I do say so myself. myself. And then the rest of this, I just put Bojack's information from the other day in the thread. Cool that we have these wallpapers, though. If anything, you can actually just get those like specific images now. I always do have this pinned to my main pinned tweet here, by the way. If you ever need the latest assets, they are always pinned right here. So, and then I always link the new one at the bottom. In terms of assets, though, that is basically everything that we got. I am very, very excited to end up seeing these guys in action in the actual, you know, well, in my account, because obviously we got to see them a little bit in action with the Rainbow Showcase. But it'll be very interesting to see how they stack up with other teams and whatnot over time. We do have these stickers for these guys as well. Shout out to the boy Carrie, of course. This sticker looks really, really good, actually. I like this one a lot. Very simple, very clean. I kind of wish they did something with Krillin. I don't know what they would do there, but I mean, you know, my boy needed some love. This was pretty cool too. I like the way that they do the effect on the Key Blast for both of these hooligans, and then Android 18 also did get one. That one's pretty good, if I do say so myself. I actually really, really like the way that looks. And here is also the new map for their Dokkan event, which obviously is BioBroly themed. So, oh yeah, and then here, well, yeah, you can go watch the video if you want to, because we need to keep getting to move on. I was gonna say, bro, let's sit here for 30 seconds, but that's a whole nother 30 seconds, and then another minute and a half of me dissecting it. So, before we get into what was kind of referencing the title of this video, we'll a little bit sneaky there, bro. Let's go ahead and just give you the release schedule for these hooligans. As you can see here, they're going to be they're going to be released on the 4th at 12 a.m. PST. So you can obviously translate this into your own time zone. And if you are curious, the wiki actually does have a countdown timer, so you don't have to translate it into your time zone. You can just look at the countdown timer as well, by the way. These guys are basically going to be going live as the anniversary is going away. As you can see, the 6-year anniversary campaign only has 1 day, 4 hours, and 31 minutes at the time of this recording. By the time it goes up, it'll probably be more like 1 day and 3 hours or something like that. So, yeah. Definitely get those 6th anniversary events done, if anything. I will also be streaming tomorrow. I know I haven't been streaming this week, but I have a day off tomorrow, so look forward to that too. But regardless, that is basically it for the Goten and Trunks information, but there is a very big piece of information that I wanted to share here. Some very, very crazy stuff that we actually did get from the Dokkan News itself tonight. So, Goresh tweeted out, in a future update, Dokkan will let you use 2 units that have the same name on the team. Now, that, for a lot of people, I'm sure sounds absolutely insane, because there is some crazy shenanigans that could end up happening with this, right? Dokkan letting you use 2 different units that have the same name on the same team is kind of insane, because it's not only something that's never been allowed before, but will not only allow for some crazy linkage that hasn't been possible before, it's just also some very interesting team composition. Now, I do want to give you all of the possible details that we have on this so far, which isn't very much, but we do have a little bit. So if we scroll down to my actual Twitter, you can see that I made a tweet. Let me go find it real quick. Here. So this is the actual information in Dokkan itself, right? Talking about it. This little blurb right here, this Japanese wall of text, is what Goresh is referencing right here. So this isn't anything that like came out of left field or nothing like that. This is literally from the game itself. I did also verify this myself, because I follow a bunch of people on the Japanese side of the Dokkan Twitter community, and literally everyone and their mother was up and talking about this, because obviously it's super crazy. So everybody was literally saying the same thing that Goresh did. So very interesting that they're going ahead with this. Let's also go back to Goresh's Twitter, because my man did have some other information on this to clarify. As you can see here, since people have been asking me, I said 2 different units in the below tweet just to make it clear as to what I meant, but you should be able to use a full team of 6 units that have the same name as long as the titles are different. Interesting. In other words, all units that have the same name can be ran together on the same team as long as they aren't the exact same unit. Interesting. So okay, so I said two different units in the below tweet just to make it clear as I want as to what I meant. But you should be able to use a full team of 6 units as long as they have the same name, but the titles are different. Right. So as you can see, Gresh's Bukang little representation of this here. So you could use any unit that is Gohan Future, but they obviously have to have a different title like this. Now, this does open up a whole can of worms, because not only does this allow units who have the same title, right, like you being able to run multiple Ultra Instinct Gokus or Rosés on the same team, right, which, by the way, already is allowing for some crazy combinations, right? Off the top of my head, just with the Rosé example, I mean, the boy Int Rosé, the LR, he struggles for ki, right? Now, you can run the STR Rosé with him, and bada bing, bada boom, there you go, bro. There's some extra ki for my man right there, so already some crazy things to think about. But not just that, with this update as well, this also means that potentially the what do you call it? The SSRs of units also have a little bit more value now, because the SSRs of some of these units, some of the units actually are their best link buddy, right? It kind of depends on the specific unit, but there are some units whose links are a little bit more wacky, but their TUR obviously shares the same links as they do. Now, that is the big contributing factor to how crazy this is going to be, because at the moment, we still don't know if this is going to lead to these characters with the same name linking. Even though you can use them on the same team, we don't actually know if they'll link up yet, right? Let alone the characters with the exact same name. So that will be a huge determining factor in how big this is for not, or how big this is rather. I would think that they would make them link together, because in my mind it doesn't really make sense for them to add this update and not have them link together, but I suppose anything is possible. This is Dokkan that we're talking about, so we will have to see what ends up becoming of this update. But I hope you guys did enjoy. Let me know what you think of this in the comment section below. I might actually end up doing a news video on this, rather a community response video on this, just seeing your guys' speculation and stuff like that. I know we've had a couple of community response videos lately, but there's just been some great topics to get some community feedback on lately. So let me know if that's also something that you would want to see in the comments below. But without further ado, that is going to do it for me. Hope y'all have a very, very good night, and I will catch you in the next one. Dokkan Assets out. Peace.